Hey guys, so I'm back. I haven't made a video in quite some time, but that's because I've been really busy. Plus I am planning my wedding, which is exciting. It's coming up of May of next year. So my fiance and I are pretty excited for that. But today what I'm going to go ahead and show you guys briefly is how to kind of contour your face, how to prep it, how to have that nice, smooth, flawless look, and also have some nice radiant glow for summertime that is outside. So there's a couple different items that I use. Amongst these, I like to start off by moisturizing my face. So I use, from Benefit, I use the Hydra-concentrated facial cream. So I use that just to get some nice deep moisture in my face. It's concentrated, so all I have to do is, especially in those areas that are a little bit drier, just focus and moisturize some of those. Next, I use the Oil Control Lotion by MAC, especially in my T-zone area, because that's where I tend to be a little bit more oily in my T-zone area. So I like to go ahead and put some of that across my forehead, down my nose, a little bit on my chin just in case, and then just spread the rest of it out around my face. Now, at first when you put it on, it might look, a little bit oily, but that's okay because your skin will absorb that. So just let it dry off for a little bit. Then I'm going to start off by putting on just a little foundation. You can do a lighter foundation or a lighter concealer. I'm using one by Mary Kay. It's Time Wise Foundation. It's about 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, now that my face is all primed, I have my moisturizer, my oil control lotions all have SPF. So it's good that you do that, especially because you don't want your face to dry off so much right now that it's hot. So I'm just going to go ahead and highlight the areas of my face that I want to make sure stand out a little bit. So I know red underneath your eyes. It's an important part. You want to highlight just that center part of your forehead and kind of work your way down. Now contouring, it's very different depending on what type of face you have. If you already have those higher pronounced cheekbones, then you're not probably going to want to do it as bright underneath, just like I am. Maybe you want to just do a little bit of highlighting just underneath your eyes. I have a narrow face, but I do like to pronounce just my cheekbones a little bit more. Okay, once that's done, just going to go ahead and blend that in. Now, there are lots of ways that you can contour your face. You can definitely use more like concealers. I know that there's some really good off-brands. For example, I think the L'Oreal crayons work really well. Let me just go ahead and blend that in a little bit more. You don't want it to have like that streaky kind of look. Certain areas of my face are already looking a little bit more highlighted. nice and bright. I like to blend, 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 blend. I try not to use a lot of a product. You know that saying less is more. I think definitely that's true. Okay. Now that I've gotten those areas highlighted, what I'm going to go ahead and use is just my regular Match Master foundation. So I want to even a little bit, I want to even it a little bit out. Now on the areas where I'm putting my regular foundation, that's where I'm going to go ahead and contour. However, I don't want a huge, narrow line that goes just across my cheeks all the way. That's really dark and bold. So I like more of a natural type of contouring. We'll also use a bronzer at the end, which works really good because it's moldable and you can keep adding more depending on the intensity of the darkness of your contouring that you want. I'm just going to make sure I have my foundation just kind of everywhere. I like to still go by and go over certain areas that I feel might have been just a little too light. You don't want to whiten your whole face, you just want to whiten certain areas. So I like to leave the nice centered area a little bit lighter and then just work my way around. It's starting to look a little bit more even there. Okay. So certain areas of my face are still nice and highlighted. But I like to go ahead and add a little bit of that. Just natural foundation. Now that is my color. So it is my actual color foundation, which matches me. To finish off some of those steps, I'm going to use the Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette. I really like that. It comes with a really cute little brush. It's good for precision. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go back to certain areas that I highlighted, especially underneath my eyes. I really like my eyes to kind of pop. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply the light cocoa color, light cocoa. That's a couple shades lighter than my skin tone. I'm just going to swipe that underneath my eyes at an angle. I like it to be nice and light, so I'm generous while applying this part. I just take that all the way back. Okay. Highlight some of that T-zone area of mine. Go ahead and bring it straight down, a nice straight line. Okay. Duck face lips help a lot. What you want to do is you also want to go ahead and highlight the areas that are below your cheek. Right underneath that cheekbone. You'll highlight there. and just in the front areas of your chin. And the foundations of your face should be kind of coming along now at this point. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is use the dark cocoa. I'm going to go ahead and do a little darker today just so that you guys can see. I'm standing in front of my vanity set. The lighting is pretty good when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, but it doesn't really come out as clear on the video. So I'm going to go ahead and do, you know, just pucker up a little bit, and I'm going to now put some of this darker cocoa color up on my cheeks and my cheek areas. All right, there's one. And two. Have like our war faces on. Okay, I'm gonna go around and do that over here around my forehead. Give me that nice summer tan glow. You want to work your way back as you're doing this. You don't want to work your way forward. You want to make sure that you're patting and working your way back. So now I'm going to use a nice blending brush. You want to make sure that you're really good on the blending. You don't want it to be like a harsh line. So you want to make sure you do really, really good on your blending. Blend, blend, blend. Now, if we remember, we've highlighted our face. So we want to make sure that around the nose area, since we did highlight that part, now I'm going to just use medium cocoa, and I'm going to just use that right up on the sides of my nose. Just a little. I'm going to blend that down on the sides of my nose only. And around the inner parts of my eye. And if you have a longer nose and you want to kind of shorten it, you're going to put some of that medium color just like you did on the sides of your cheeks. You can use the darker